not experiments, not designs. These were the fighters America actually sent into combat. Let's start with every US fighter aircraft used in World War II. Curtiss P-36 Hawk. The P-36 was America's last major pre-war pursuit fighter. By 1941, it was already outdated, but it still flew patrols and trained pilots. Its greatest contribution was preparing the US Army Air Forces for war. Curtiss P-40 Warhawk. The P-40 was strong, simple, and dependable. It lacked high-altitude performance but excelled in diving attacks. From Africa to China, it survived brutal conditions and constant combat. Curtiss P-40B. This early variant had limited armor and firepower. It defended US bases during the opening days of the Pacific War. Against modern enemy fighters, survival relied heavily on pilot skill. Curtiss P-40A. The P-40A added heavier armament and improved protection. 6.50 caliber guns gave pilots real striking power. This version became famous with the Flying Tigers over China. Curtiss P-40N. The final Warhawk variant focused on reducing weight. These changes restored maneuverability lost in earlier models. It remained effective in secondary theaters late in the war. Bell P-39 Airacobra. The P-39 featured an unusual mid-engine design. Its nose-mounted cannon was devastating at low altitude. Poor high-altitude performance limited its American frontline use. Bell P-39D. The P-39D improved armor and combat reliability. It was effective in low-level interception and ground attack roles. When flown correctly, it could be extremely lethal. Bell P-63 King Cobra. The King Cobra refined the Airacobra's weaknesses. It had better aerodynamics and improved handling. Most aircraft were sent to the Soviet Union through Lend-Lease. Republic P-43 Lancer. The P-43 was designed as a high-altitude interceptor. It was fast but lacked armor and self-sealing fuel tanks. Combat experience quickly exposed its vulnerability. Republic P-47 Thunderbolt. The P-47 was massive, powerful, and incredibly tough. It could absorb heavy damage and still return home. Later in the war, it became a devastating ground attack aircraft. P-47B. Early Thunderbolt models suffered from performance issues. Pilots struggled with climb rate and high-speed control. However, the aircraft's strength proved its long-term potential. P-47D. The most produced Thunderbolt variant. It combined durability, firepower, and improved range. This model dominated fighter-bomber operations in Europe. P-47N. The P-47N was built for the Pacific's vast distances. Extended wings increased range for long escort missions. It protected B-29 bombers flying toward Japan. Lockheed P-38 Lightning. The P-38 was a distinctive twin-engine fighter. It offered long range, concentrated nose firepower, and high-altitude ability. Many American aces scored their victories in Lightnings. P-38A. The P-38A was the first truly combat-ready Lightning. Improved systems made it reliable in frontline service. It flew early escort and interception missions in the Pacific. P-38G Lightning. The P-38G improved range and reliability over earlier models. It played a major role in Pacific operations, especially over the Solomon Islands. This version proved the Lightning's value as a long-range escort and interceptor. P-38J Lightning. The P-38J introduced redesigned intercoolers. This solved overheating problems at high altitude. It significantly improved performance during bomber escort missions in Europe. P-38L Lightning. The final and most capable Lightning variant. It carried increased fuel and external stores. Equally effective in escort, interception, and ground attack roles. North American P-51 Mustang. The P-51 became the most famous American fighter of the war. Its long range and speed allowed bombers to be escorted deep into enemy territory. This aircraft changed the balance of air power over Europe. P-51A Mustang. Early Mustangs used Allison engines. They performed well at low altitude but struggled higher up. Despite limitations, they were effective in reconnaissance and ground attack. P-51B Mustang. The Merlin engine transformed the Mustang. High-altitude speed and climb improved dramatically. This version marked the Mustang's rise as a true escort fighter. P-51C Mustang. A lighter production version of the P-51B. It retained the same combat performance with slight refinements. Pilots praised its balance of speed, range, and handling. P-51 Mustang, the definitive Mustang variant. A bubble canopy improved visibility, and armament increased to 6 machine guns. It became the backbone of US escort operations in 1944 and 1945. Northrop P-61 Black Widow. The P-61 was America's first purpose-built night fighter. Equipped with radar, it hunted enemy aircraft in darkness. It protected bombers and bases during nighttime operations. Grumman F4F Wildcat. The Wildcat was the US Navy's primary early war fighter. Though slower than Japanese fighters, it was extremely rugged. Its pilots relied on teamwork and tactics to survive. F4-F3 Wildcat, the first combat version of the Wildcat. It defended aircraft carriers and island bases in 1941 and 1942. This aircraft held the line during the Navy's hardest months. F4-F4 Wildcat. The F4-F4 introduced folding wings for carrier storage. Armament increased, but performance slightly decreased. Despite this, it remained reliable and battle-proven. Grumman F6F Hellcat. The Hellcat was designed specifically to defeat the Zero. It was faster, tougher, and more powerful than its opponent. This aircraft secured American air superiority in the Pacific. F6F3 Hellcat, the first combat Hellcat variant. It entered service in 1943 and quickly dominated carrier battles. Japanese losses increased dramatically after its arrival. F6F5 Hellcat, an improved Hellcat with stronger armor and engine upgrades. It became the standard Navy fighter late in the war. This version achieved the majority of Hellcat combat victories. Vought F4U Corsair. The Corsair was one of the fastest piston engine fighters of the war. Its powerful engine and heavy armament made it deadly in air combat. Initial carrier landing issues delayed naval use, but its performance was undeniable. F4U Corsair. Early Corsairs suffered from poor forward visibility during landings. As a result, they first served mainly with Marine units from land bases. In combat, they proved highly effective against Japanese fighters. F4U Corsair. This variant improved cockpit visibility and landing characteristics. These changes allowed wider carrier deployment. The Corsair quickly became a favorite among experienced pilots. F4U Corsair. The F4U was optimized for ground attack. It carried bombs and rockets for close air support. This version played a major role in island hopping campaigns. Brewster F2A Buffalo. The Buffalo was already outdated by the time America entered the war. It lacked speed, protection, and climb performance. US forces quickly replaced it with more capable fighters. Grumman F7F Tigercat. The Tigercat was a powerful twin-engine naval fighter. Fast and heavily armed, it arrived very late in the war. Its combat use was limited, but its potential was clear. Bell P-59 Aerocomet. The P-59 was America's first jet-powered fighter. It was slow compared to piston fighters and never saw combat. Its importance lay in introducing jet technology to US pilots. Ryan FR-1 Fireball. The Fireball combined a piston engine with a small jet. It represented a transitional step toward jet aviation. It entered service just as the war ended. Vought F4U Corsair. This was a radar-equipped night fighter version of the Corsair. Used primarily by the Navy, it conducted night interception missions. It extended carrier operations into darkness. Douglas P-70. The P-70 was a night fighter conversion of the A-20 Havoc. It was used mainly for training and early night defense. Later designs quickly replaced it in frontline roles. Lockheed P-38M. The P-38M was a radar-equipped night fighter Lightning. It entered service late in the war. Only limited numbers were produced before hostilities ended. Grumman F6F Hellcat. This night fighter version of the Hellcat carried onboard radar. It allowed carrier-based night interception. The aircraft expanded naval air operations beyond daylight hours. Grumman F6F5 Hellcat, an improved radar-equipped Hellcat. It combined strong performance with effective night fighting capability. This version became the Navy's primary night fighter late in the war. These fighters were more than metal and engines. They carried American pilots across oceans, through flak and fire. This is how US air power fought and won World War II.